After 2 decades of advocacy and diplomacy, the Arms Trade Treaty will go into force starting today, with Kenya as one of the nations that pushed for the adoption of the treaty, delaying to sign and ratify the treaty.
The Arms Trade Treaty, an international treaty that sets out to stop the flow of weapons and ammunition used to facilitate human rights violations, will go into force tomorrow, with campaigners vying to push its strict implementation. With armed violence being a major headache, many may wonder why Kenya has taken too long to sign the treaty, despite being one of the first nations to push for its adoption. Collins Wanderi, an expert in international law, says regional politics could be the reason why Kenya is pulling away from the treaty.
The treaty is going to impose obligations on Kenya which may conflict with Kenya's geopolitical interests in the region.
In line with the new constitution, Wanderi says once the treaty enters into force, it will become a domestic law that might impose strict measures on the country, as well as have implications on neighboring countries who use the port of Mombasa in transportation of weapons.
Any hinterland country, that is Uganda, the Republic of Uganda, Southern Sudan, Ethiopia, Congo, Burundi, Rwanda, who wants to import any kind of weapons into the region was going to depend on the port of Mombasa and the transport corridor, that is Kenya. So this treaty is going to impose obligations on Kenya.
He says the treaty is like the Rome Statute, which some African countries now claim is being used to oppress Africans.
By refusing, sometimes you play international politics by refusing to play good boy, because when African states signed the ICC treaty, the treaty establishing the ICC treaty, they were playing good boys at international geopolitics. But now they have been the major victims, or rather, of this treaty. Now they are looking at the treaty on arms and saying, okay, wait a second.
This treaty compels countries to set up national controls on arms exports, and states must assess whether a weapon could be used to circumvent an international embargo, be used for genocide and war crimes, or be used by terrorists and organized criminals. And if robustly implemented, it could have the potential to save many lives and offer much needed protection to vulnerable civilians around the world. A total of 130 countries have signed the treaty and 60 have ratified it, including Israel, which joined the movement just this month.